Hi everyone, I'm Lori Townsend and I'll be your professor for business communications this winter session. Now I want to stress from the beginning, you need to start working as soon as possible. This class is 11 days, it's not a long time, and you've got a lot of work to complete between now and then. So my screen should be showing you Blackboard, and here's the link to the class. I'm just going to give you a little walkthrough. Okay. Some things look different, like you don't have these two on your screen. That's okay. That's what's meant to be there. But let's start with the course information. There's the information to get a hold of me. I suggest emailing me. I'm not in my office because it's winter session to answer the phone and return voicemails. So please use email to contact me. There's also a SUNY help desk. You know, if it's a question about content, you have to ask me. But if it's a question about how do I post an answer or something like that, you can contact the SUNY help desk. Okay. Here's our syllabus. Most of the documents that I have in the class are in Dropbox, so that I can access them from any computer. It'll come up with this. Do you want to sign into your account? You do not need to do that. So just close out of that. Okay. So here's our course. It's flipping out on me a little bit here. Okay, here's our syllabus. Again, my name is Lori Townsend. There's my email address, and that's my preferred method of contact. I also put my phone number and I put my office number in there, but again, I'm not going to be there, so please email me. For this class, you do need a book, but guess what? It's free. It's posted as a PDF file here. I do warn you, if you want to print it, you might want to go to Office Max or someplace like that because it's over 500 pages long, and you will use up all your ink and all your paper printing it out. Okay, you need Adobe Reader to look at my documents, and Waymaker, which is free in the course. The course description is the building of writing skills for business and the professions, methods of transmitting messages through oral, verbal, and electronic media. Areas of study include writing fundamentals, grammar, punctuation, sentence structure, letter and report formatting, letter writing, memorandum writing, or memos, report writing, employment techniques, and communication psychology. Okay, so there's the outcomes that we're going to work towards meeting in the class. You can read through those. There is a prerequisite of English 101. There's some things you need to know, like how to cite a source that we do not cover, but you're expected to know. I put course attendance there. There is no attendance grade, but I do pay attention to attendance, and I do that via completed assignments. So here's how you will earn. We're going to look at, there's another file called Business Communication Points Distribution. This class is different than most of your classes. I work on a point basis versus doing an average. So keep that in mind. If you look, it'll show you here our grading scale. A, you need to have 751 points to 835. Now, some people, if you don't open a document, it doesn't add the number to the denominator or the bottom number. So people will think, well, I've got an 80 because I have 200 over 400. That's 50%, but we'll work with it. But if you have only 400 in your denominator, I have to add 435 to that, and your grade is actually much, much lower than you think it is. We'll talk more when we get to the point distribution. Okay, there's policies here on accessibility, computer usage, Blackboard, academic integrity, Starfish, Academic Center for Excellence. Again, there are tutors available, and you do pay for them through your tuition, so I recommend that you use them. There's also the health and wellness policies as well. So if you have any questions on the syllabus, let me know. But let's go back to the main page again. Okay, so here's that infamous communication point distribution that I've been talking about. And what it'll do, it'll break down each module, and it will tell you what assignments you have to complete there. Okay, so for example, for the course information, you have an icebreaker, and it's worth 25 points. So at the end of that module, you could have a total of 25 points. Module 1, you have an assignment and a quiz. The assignment's worth 25 points. The quiz is worth 20. So you can have a possible 70 points at that time. So that's the number you want to use as your denominator always to get an idea of where you're at, is the total points possible. Okay? I'm sure we'll have lots of questions about that because people aren't used to the point system, but I'll deal with that on a one-by-one basis. Okay. The course calendar looks a lot like the point distribution sheet, except for it has a due date. Okay, so you have the first 3 modules. Well, the course information, module 1, module 2 are all due the first day of the 4th. We got to hit the ground running because we don't have a lot of time. And you can see it goes on from there with the number. And again, it lists the name of the assignments that you need to do. Okay, so that's the course calendar. I'm not going to worry about Starfish right now, but we'll take a look at the FAQ. Do I need a book? Yes, but it's free. The assignment's due Friday. What does that mean? And it goes on for there. So before you ask me a question, please make sure that you check the FAQ because I've answered them all before, and it will get your answer to you quicker than I possibly can. Okay, and there's also a little math problem here that tells you how to figure out your grade. Now, one thing I want to make very clear is number 20, can I double space? Students are very used to double spacing, and the only reason why teachers have you double space is so that they have a place to write their recommendations or comments in between the lines. The real world is not double spaced. So this class is not double spaced. If you turn in anything double spaced, I will return it to you, and I will ask you to fix it and resubmit it. Okay, just so you're aware of that. And last year I had a couple students who were industrious and decided to Google the answers to the questions and submit them as their own. Surprisingly enough, they came up to be identical, which clearly identified it as plagiarism. So I added question number 21. I found an assignment on the internet. Can I submit it as mine? Well, sure, you can, but you're going to get a 0. Okay? There's guidelines about plagiarism, and if you have any questions about plagiarism, please let me know. But it doesn't work for this class. No recycling. You have to make new documents. I mean, even if it's something that you wrote 2 years ago, that is going to come. I'm going to consider that plagiarism because you're supposed to make new documents for this course. Okay, the orientation, that's where this video is going to be, so congratulations, you already found it. Now, pretty much everything has a link to it from the left menu. I have to move some things around. I can see you'll have a link to Starfish, your email, the icebreaker, the ebook. Click to the icebreaker. Write a discussion post to introduce yourself, and there's questions that you have to answer, just so that you see that. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? The ebook. I do believe the library may print a copy off too. You can check with them. And it's loading, 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 loading. Come on. Okay, so there's the book, and it goes, 554 pages. So Mom and Dad will love you even more if you print that at home. Please don't take it somewhere and get it printed, or use it electronically, which is definitely something you can do. So we looked at the icebreaker, we looked at the ebook. Okay, the modules. The modules, you can get them from, let's see, can't get them from there. Hang on. Delete. Okay. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. You'll see business communication skills for managers. Click on that, and it takes you here to the different modules. Now I'm just going to show you the first module. The rest are pretty much the same. But it gives you a study plan. There's the PowerPoint. I've recorded a lecture to the PowerPoint. That's the next entry. And for every assignment, I make a file called Assignment Explained. There's one, I think it's chapter 9, I don't do one for, but every other chapter or module, there is an explanation. I expect you to take the 2 minutes to watch the explanation before attempting the assignment. So if you do the assignment wrong, that's on you and there's no redos, okay? So make sure you take the 2 minutes to watch that video and find out how to answer, what's required of you to answer, and do it that way. A number of students lose a lot of points by not doing this. So the 2 minute investment and possibly 10 points on your grade. Okay. So here's the first assignment. The task is to read the statements below and rate your perception of your communication skills. There's a copy of this file right here, so you can download it to your computer and then answer these questions. Okay, I only accept assignments in a .doc, .docs, or .pdf. I recommend PDF. .doc's been doing some freaky stuff last semester. So I would suggest when you submit things to me, you always submit them as a PDF. Okay, and then down here is our quiz. That's it. That's what you do for Module 1, and when you're done with that, you move on to Module 2. Okay, there's a bunch of resources down here, and we already looked at the FAQ, but here's where it actually is from the menu. I'll probably post my Zoom room in case you want to have an appointment with me. But all I can say is good luck and start working. Welcome to class, everybody.